Church Growth Systems. Practical growth for today's church. Hello and welcome to the Church Growth Systems podcast. Today we are going to be discussing how churches can grow and reach people using social media. Help me welcome Pastor Dre to the show.
It is so good to be on the show today. Thanks for having me.
Let's start here. A lot of churches are posting consistently, but they're not really seeing growth online. From your perspective, what's really going on?
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a really good question. A lot of churches think that the problem is the algorithm, right? But honestly, it's not the algorithm. The people are the algorithm. It's the approach. We've been treating maybe social media like a digital bulletin board. What do I mean by that? A lot of times, maybe as churches, we post flyers, we post announcements, and we post information, which is good. But people don't come online for information. They come for connection. Let me say that again. People don't come online for information so much. They come online for connection. And until we shift from posting information to actually connecting with people, we're probably going to continue to see low engagement and slow growth.
So if it's really about connection, what kind of content should churches actually be creating to reach people?
Well, if it's about connection, what kind of content should we be creating? That's where I think we could simplify everything. People are really looking for three things: real people, real stories, and real transformation. So when it comes to content, I tell churches to focus on three main types. First is the story content, like testimonies, life change, behind the scenes moments that builds trust. Okay, so I'm gonna say it again. When it comes to content, I like to tell churches to focus on three types of content. One is story content, testimonies, life change, behind the scenes moments, and what that does is it builds trust. Second type is value content, teaching things like how to pray or how to navigate real life situations. That builds authority. Value content, how to fill out a CV for your next job, how to dress for a job interview. See, that doesn't sound real churchy, but that's value, and that's how you can reach people with your content, because unchurched people are probably going to watch that. So what happens as a church is sometimes we could just limit our content to spiritual things, which is great, but you also want to give life value, and that's going to help you to reach people that are unchurched. So value content. Number three, invitation content. You know how many times that we can post on social media and don't invite people to our church? So I want to encourage you, if you're out there listening, add some invitation content to your content. Even at the end of a video, hey, if you want to join us this Sunday, or if you want to connect with us online or stop by our website, it's called a call to action. So I think invitation content is great. So you can invite them to your service, to an event, and what that's going to do is that's going to drive action. So when we balance these three, our content starts to work together instead of just sitting there.
A lot of churches feel like they need to be on every platform. What's your advice when it comes to where they should focus and how people are actually finding churches today?
A lot of churches feel they need to be on every platform. Wow, that's a good one. So which one should they focus on? And how are people actually finding churches today? Wow, that's a good one. Yeah, that's where a lot of churches could be challenged, because you don't need to be everywhere. We need to be focused. I'm going to say that again. We don't need to be everywhere. We need to be focused. So I usually like to break it down like this. YouTube is for growth and discovery. Instagram and Facebook are for community. And email is for staying connected. So let me say it again. YouTube is for growth and discovery. Instagram and Facebook are for community. And email is for staying connected. Now here's a bigger shift. Rarely do people just show up to churches to visit anymore. They research first. Where do they research? They research online. One of the first places people research is Google. I know a lot of people may not even have a website. A lot of churches may not even have a website and may not even value Google. But Google is the world's #1 search engine. You know how many searches Google gets per second? Last time I checked, they got like 99,000 searches per second. Per second. So even though we like social media, they are not search engines. Google is a search engine. YouTube is a search engine. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about that more later. But so another place where people can find you is not only Google, but also YouTube. So it's important to understand that Google and YouTube are not really social media. They are search engines. And what do people do on search engines? They search. They search for things like church near me, how to find a job, how to find a church. What is the best church near me? Where is there a Christian church? Where is there an evangelistic church? Where is there a fivefold ministry church? And those are church keywords, but they even search where to find a free rehab, where to find a drug rehab. So different things like that. If your church offers a free rehab, imagine optimizing your church website for those keywords. That's powerful. Okay, so once people find you, they probably watch your sermons, check your social media, and they're looking at your culture before they ever walk through your church doors. Now, all this takes place online. They haven't even walked in your church doors yet. And unfortunately, a lot of churches don't even have a website, right? So your culture, your connection, your mission statement, all that could be on your website. There's only so much you can do with social media. I like to look at it. I'm not knocking social media, but I like to look at it. Social media are your fishing lines. Your website is your net. So your content is no longer optional. It's like your first impression now. But once they find your content on social media, where do they go from there? The best next place to send them is to your website. Okay. So try to get a website. All right. So let me see. Let me just get some water.
That's powerful. So for a church that's ready to take action, what are some simple steps they can start applying right now?
Okay, so for a church that's ready to take action, what are some steps they can apply right now? First, we're going to make it super practical. Choose one platform and focus on it. Second, commit to trying to post on that platform about 3 times a week. Okay, and you could do one of those things I gave you. Invite, right? Value, real life story. So look at it. Value, invite, real life stories. You could put people stories. So VIP, value, invite, people stories, real people stories. Okay. So try to do that maybe one each 3 times a week. You're good to go. Third thing is you want to prioritize video content. That's where attention is right now. So try to get some videos out there. Fourth, start sharing real stories, not just announcements, testimonies, people sharing how God's changing their life in your church. Maybe a first-time visitor, how they enjoyed the service, how they felt. You know, that's powerful. Fifth, pay attention to what's working and do more of that. So whenever you get whenever people start engaging with your videos, do more of what's working. Okay. And let me say this too. You don't need a bigger church to make a bigger impact. We just need a clearer message and your content becomes your ministry. That's good. You just need a clearer message and your content becomes ministry. So try not to post randomly, but try posting with purpose. So those are some of the things I think churches can do to help use where they can use social media to grow their church and reach people with the gospel. And my last thing is this. If you don't have a website for your church, start a website. If you need help getting a website for your church, type it in the comment section. I would love to help you. I offer classes online where I teach churches how to build websites. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and drop a comment. If this video has given you any value, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. It's your boy, Pastor Dre. Thanks for having me on the show.